Salary sacrificing to super or paying down debt? What should you do? I'm going to show you how to determine which option is best for you. G'day, I'm Chris Strano, the founder of SUPERGUY, the place where Australians go to maximise their super and build their own retirement plan. If you're new here, make sure that you click the subscribe button and all the links related to this video. You can find the links in the description below. If you get value from this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. It takes 2 seconds and it lets me know that you like the videos and it motivates me to make more. Remember, this is general advice only, and you should consider whether it's appropriate to your personal needs and circumstances before acting on it. All right, let's get started. A very common question I get is, should I salary sacrifice to super or should I pay down debt? Let's take a look at the things that you should be considering when making this decision. So first things first, if you're asking the question, you've clearly got some surplus income and you're trying to decide how to best allocate it. So it goes without saying that you're already in a good position because you're either looking to build more wealth or reduce debt. So the question is, do you use your surplus income to contribute to super or pay down debt? And this is largely a mathematical equation, and the equation's quite simple, which I'll go through in a moment. But there is also a psychological aspect because it always feels good to reduce or completely eliminate debt, doesn't it? All right, so let's take a look at each of these options side by side. And this is the method that I use to figure out what to do. So let's say for simplicity purposes, you have $12,000 in surplus income each year. So this is the amount that would be building up in your bank account if you chose not to do anything. So you're basically saying, I can save $1,000 each month. And we'll assume that you earn a salary of around $80,000 and your loan has an interest rate of 4%. So let's begin with paying off the home loan. Okay, if you use this $12,000 to pay off the home loan, you're effectively earning a guaranteed after-tax return of 4%. And let me explain what each of these terms mean. All right, so firstly, effectively, I said effectively earning a guaranteed. So effectively earning means that because you were paying down debt by $12,000, you no longer need to pay interest on that $12,000 worth of debt going forward because it's gone. Meaning that each year you are saving 4% or $480 because 4% of $12,000 is $480, which is essentially the same as earning 4% or $480. So that's why I say effectively earning, because remember, we're trying to compare it to the alternative of investing in super. So we need to convert both scenarios into an effective earnings rate. The second thing I mentioned was guaranteed. And what I mean by this is that by paying down debt, you are guaranteed to reduce your debt by $12,000 and guaranteed to no longer pay 4% on that amount, meaning you are guaranteed to save $480 in interest payments. Does that make sense? And the last thing I mention is after-tax return. The reason I say this is because we have assumed that after receiving your wage, which your employer has already deducted PAYG tax from, we have assumed that you have $12,000 remaining each year. Therefore, by paying down your home loan and saving 4% or effectively earning 4%, it is the after-tax return because this is the actual net benefit to you. So the $480 is the actual dollar value benefit that you will get from paying down the loan after all is said and done. All right, I hope that makes sense. Right, let's compare this to salary sacrificing. Now stay with me on this. So for an accurate comparison to paying down debt, the first thing we need to do is gross up the $12,000. Because remember, salary sacrificing into super means you are contributing part of your wage to super before PAYG is deducted. So this amount will not be subject to personal income tax. Now, we said that you are earning $80,000, which means your highest marginal tax rate is 32.5% based on the year of this video. And if you're earning a different amount, you can just Google marginal tax rate to see what the highest tax rate applies to your taxable income bracket. Okay, so if your tax rate is 32.5%, we need to gross up your after-tax savings of $12,000 by this amount because we agreed that you could save $12,000 per year after tax, which means the grossed up amount is equivalent to $15,900. So the salary sacrifice amount is $15,900. Okay, this $15,900 gets salary sacrificed into super and will automatically incur a flat contributions tax rate of 15%. So the net amount of $13,515 is added to your super account. The 15% contributions tax, that's gone. That's gone to the tax office. The next step is to estimate what the investment return will be on this $13,515 each year. And this will depend on, obviously, how your super is invested. But to give you a bit of an idea, if your super is invested conservatively, you might be earning an average long-term return of, say, 2 to 3% per annum. And if it's invested aggressively, you might be earning an average long-term return of, say, 8 to 9% per annum. For this exercise, though, we're going to assume that you're invested somewhere in the middle. Some super funds call this, say, the balanced investment option. And let's say, for argument's sake, you earn an average long-term return of 6% per annum. This means that you will be earning a before-tax average long-term return within super of 6% on your $13,515. And let's take a look at this wording. So firstly, I said before-tax return. And this is because all investment earnings within a super accumulation account are taxed at up to 15%. You'll also notice that I kept saying average long-term return, and there was no mention of guaranteed return. And this is because investment market returns are unpredictable over the short term. They're somewhat predictable over the long term, say 7 years plus, but they are never guaranteed. And this is in contrast, obviously, to our home loan example, where we know the interest rate we will be saving, and we know that there is an after-tax return. So using these numbers, let's take a look at the expected return from this amount in super. So we had $13,515 allocated to our account after contributions tax, and we assumed it would earn 6% per annum, which is $811 per annum. But we now need to deduct 15% earnings tax from this amount within super, giving us a net after-tax return of $689. All right, so now we're in a place where our two options can be closely compared, as closely compared as possible. We know the after-tax outcome of each option, so paying off the home loan will give us a return of $480 per annum, and salary sacrificing into super will give us a return of $689. But, of course there is a but, while the salary sacrifice option does seem to give us a higher return, it also incurs a higher risk because we know that investment returns are never guaranteed, so there is no guarantee we will receive 6% per annum, even if we do measure it as an average over 7 years. Your super could earn less, which would reduce the benefit, or it could even earn more, which would increase the benefit. Likewise, our home loan interest rate, that could change from 4%. It could further decrease, which would reduce the benefit of this option, or it could go up, which would increase the benefit. Now, using this approach, you can do your own calculations, changing the variables of your savings amount, your loan interest rate, and your expected super earnings rate, and your marginal tax rate. Go ahead. Good luck. Well, there you go. Are you going to salary sacrifice or pay down debt? Let me know in the comments below. If you've learnt something new from this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you want more exclusive superannuation tips, head over to superguy.com.au and sign up to my newsletter for free. That's where I share my best content. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.